Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, welcome to Talk to the Hand Reviews. My name is Bo, I'm the reviews lady, and I have something really special to share with you today. A very special fragrance to me personally. CIARA from Revlon. Actually, Charles Revson is what it used to be. I'm going to start by spraying it around because I love it. I love it so much. Look at that. Just, it's so sexy. And it's a stronger fragrance than I normally care for, to be honest with you. But my memories of this fragrance go back, and I don't even know what the notes are. But I'll tell you in the... I hope I don't cry. I don't mess up my makeup. Okay. My mom used to wear this when I was young, when I was a teenager. And I used it. And it's one of those fragrances... Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. You're gonna get through it. Do it. Here we go. Okay. So I used to wear my mom's, and I always thought it was really nice. And yeah. And it was, my mom had a lot of the fragrances that were not the really expensive ones. She had some of the expensive ones, but we didn't have a lot of money. It was just my mom and I. And, we just didn't have a lot of money to spend. So these fragrances were wonderful, and we had a lot of these kind of fragrances. So my mom wore this one, and one of the earliest memories I have of this being a special fragrance was one of the earlier jobs I had. Before I worked in cosmetics and fragrance, before the age of 19, I had like 5 jobs before that, and one of those jobs was waitressing. And one of the places I waitressed at 2 different restaurants. One of the places I waitressed, one of the girls who worked there, her boyfriend also worked there, and I was wearing it one night, and she came running over, and she was like, what is that fragrance you're wearing? It's driving my boyfriend crazy. And I was like, it was really weird. I didn't remember ever having that experience before. It was kind of weird. But the power of CIARA, there you go. There you go. The power of CIARA, and I believe it is. I think this is a sensual fragrance. So, my memories of CIARA go beyond that, though. After that, my first job in cosmetics and fragrance when I was 19 at a department store was for Ultima 2. And Ultima 2 was Charles Revson. It was a Revlon. It was an upscale Revlon. And upscale, I hate to say upscale. What I mean is it wasn't really a drugstore product, because I don't look down on things from drugstores or even dollar stores or whatever, or even the highest end. I love it all. But I don't consider myself a snob. I hate the word snob too. I don't want to call anyone anything, but I don't think I'm a snob. I like everything. So, that said, it was one of my fragrances that I then sold behind the counter along with some other fragrances that we had in Ultima 2. We had Morocco. I feel bad I can't remember more now. But this was one of them. So consequently, I got the whole line. I got the lotions, I think they had a cream. That was before shower gels were big. Isn't that weird? Shower gels just started in the late 80s when I kicked the camera, sorry. Yeah, shower gels had just started, so they didn't even have a shower gel. But I remember, I think they had a sparkly lotion that was so nice. Oh my gosh. So it was special to me then too, because I ended up working for the company, and I remember at Christmas, the Christmas sets were really nice. And so that's another thing about this wonderful fragrance, CIARA. I would I don't know what's in it. I'm going to have to go look at it for you. I'm going to have to look and see what other people say it smells like. I'm not prepared for that. It's just a wonderful fragrance that I already know and love, and I just thought that I would just talk about it really quickly, because if you're looking for a really I'm sorry, I almost forgot. So I recently bought it again. You see, I haven't even used it that much. I recently bought it again, and it smells exactly the same. It doesn't seem like it's changed at all to me. So if there's been a reformulation, which there might be, doesn't smell like it to me. The only thing that is a little bit of a downer for me is that it smells like memories now. You know how fragrances are sometimes. It's like, well, it's not really such a that fragrance that it was for me when I was young. It still smells the same. I still love it. It's really sexy. My husband likes it. I think it's great. I wanted to introduce my husband to this fragrance because I was 19. I didn't know him until like a million years later. Well, not a million years, but quite a few. So I wanted him to check it out, because it's one of the few spicier fragrances that I have really, really liked. So I have a real past with CIARA, and I really, really love it. And it smells the same to me. It smells wonderful. I'd still highly recommend it. I think I'd highly recommend it more, because I've never smelled anything that smells like it. Never since. I've never smelled anything that smells like it. There's another thing you should know about it, which is kind of weird. It's kind of unusual. This one, a lot of times it comes in different strengths. They're all colognes, which is really unusual. Nowadays everything's eau de parfum, eau de toilette, parfum de toilette, everything like that. You don't really see too much cologne concentration. But nowadays, but this one, they had different concentrations. They had the 100 strength. I don't even remember what the strengths were. They had the 100 strength. I'm sorry, I'll have to double check that. I don't remember. They were like 100 strength, 200 strength, and pretty much basically what it got down to is the same difference as eau de toilette and eau de parfum, or eau de cologne, or cologne, and the difference between like a cologne and an eau de toilette is just that the higher the number of the concentration, the longer it's going to last on your skin, because it has more perfume oil in it. So I'll probably add to this, because like I said, I'm not really prepared to give you what this smells like. You know what? Maybe I should dial it up right quick, shouldn't I? I think I will. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Let's have some more CIARA. Oops, through the wrong way. You do that, don't you? Ah, so sexy. All right. I did a little research right quick. Here's what I came up with. 1973. That's the year CIARA came out. 1973. People consider it to have a high sillage. I have to agree. I keep forgetting to comment on sillages, but it's one of the more high sillage fragrances, and it will last you. I feel it lasts on the skin like you could put it on in the morning and it might still be there at night if you worked all day. Me, I sprayed throughout the day, but might still be there, and probably on your clothes. It's really nice. It's very incensey. By the way, that percentages, it came in 80 strength, 100 strength, and 200 strength. Like a cologne, eau de toilette, eau de parfum kind of thing. I don't know why they did it that way. Who knows why? But the fragrances that people felt it smelled most like, according to Fragrantica, were Should we go? Well, there's definitely a few that have a lot more than the others, but let's see. It's not completely fair because of the way they arrange things. I'm not sure, but I do want to tell you my thoughts on some things, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll start with number one this time because I'm sure of that, and I know a lot of these fragrances, and it kind of blew my mind because I have to say, like, it never occurred to me before that those fragrances smelled at all like Ciara. Talk to the hand reviews! Please like, subscribe, slap, and holler at your leisure. Or now, maybe. Maybe now. Please, if you want to. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Bal of Versailles from Jean Displays. Bal of Versailles. 104 people thought it smelled like Bal of Versailles. I know Bal of Versailles. It was one of those that I used to sell at the same time. Well, actually, no. I sold Bal of Versailles shortly after because I ended up, my first cosmetics job, I ended up going from cosmetics to over across the aisle where I worked for women's fragrance for a while, a few years after that. So, and then I ended up after that going and working in other places in fragrance and cosmetics. But at this one store, I worked for, Bal of Versailles was one of my fragrances. 104 people felt that it smelled like Bal of Versailles. You know, I have to say, I agree. But Bal of Versailles is a bit sweeter. And, you know, here's a fun fact. It was one of Michael Jackson's favorite fragrances. So he thought that it was... I was surprised to find that most people thought that Ciara was good as a unisex or a shared fragrance. More people felt it was a shared type of fragrance than felt it was a women's fragrance, and it is a women's fragrance. So there you go. If you're looking for that, if you're looking for a fragrance that is shared, that is a genderless fragrance, you might go for this one. Okay, number 2. I don't know this fragrance, but I do know the company because well, you do too. Van Cleef & Arpels. Van Cleef. 27 people felt that smelled like my wonderful Ciara. Probably a lot more expensive. I know Bal of Versailles is. How are you doing today? Are you feeling all right? Are you feeling good? I hope you're having a really nice day. I really do. I hope that unexpected fun and joy happens to you today. Okay, continuing on. Number 3. Oh, sorry, no. Okay, number 3 with 30. Oh, sorry. See, that's wrong already. This would have been number 2. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm already messed up. What I've got written down here is Sun by Jill Sander with 30 votes. Sun by Jill Sander. 30 votes. Sun by Jill Sander. People think smells like my wonderful Ciara. And Prada, number 8. Apopanax. I'm sorry. Apopanax. Prada, number 8. Apopanax. 10 people felt that. Sun by Jill Sander was 30 people felt that. And then these other ones I'm just going to mention because they were lower numbers, but they were there, and I'm going to mention them. Oscar de la Renta Red Satin. I have never smelled it, but I used to work for Oscar de la Renta Company, and they didn't have it back then yet. Back then we didn't have that many fragrances by Oscar. They only had a few. I'd love to try it. So, okay, and another one, L'Interdit Eau de Parfum Rouge. L'Interdit EDP Rouge. But now here's a little side note I want to say about my dear old friend Ciara, which I'd recommend for anyone. I really would. I think if you didn't have the history I have with it, I think if you picked it up and tried it, I think most people, well, what do I know, most people would like. But I think, unlike a lot of other really strong fragrances, I think this one somehow crosses the aisle to wearable for people like me who kind of really, like, I love a lot of strong fragrances, but on me, I find that I can't do it. It's too much. Like, well, anyways, that's the subject for another video. Would you like me to do a video on strong fragrances that I like but I can't wear? Why don't you write down there? Right down below, right in there, and I will do it. Most likely, if I can. All right, now here's a little side thing. There were a bunch of other ones thrown in there too, right? And they're of the same era. And when I read him, when I read them, I thought, I thought, I can't say that I disagree, but I never thought that these fragrances smelled at all like CIARA. But I think that I can't disagree. I think that they actually do. Okay, they were Chantilly by Houbigant Chantilly. You know, it's a really, really old fragrance, been around a long time. I don't care for it at all. I never have cared for it. I'm really sorry if you like it. I respect that you like it. Hey, you, do you? Boo. I give you a little nosy. Boop, boop, boop. And I mean that. Always do you. Always be yourself. It's too difficult to do anything else. It's wholesome to be you, don't you think? That's, what else are you going to do? Anyhow, okay. So, Houbigant Chantilly, not something I like, but I can say it's in the same family, and I think if you do like that, you would like CIARA. Okay. Timeless by Avon. I know that one too. I don't care for that one either, but I can't even think of how it smells different. But I, again, don't care for it. Same way I don't care for Chantilly. Taboo by Dana. Again, you know what? Yeah, I can totally see. Whee! Is it time? It's a reggae chair dance. Okay, I gotta wrap it up though. And the last one that they felt is smelled similar to, that I can't say no, but I don't, is Emerald by Cody. That's another one of those. Whatever those are that they think smell similar to CIARA, I kind of understand. It's the same family, but I can't wear any of those fragrances. I can't wear any of those fragrances. But this one is one of my favorites. So, anyhow, my lovely ladies and handsome gents, thank you so much for joining me again. You know what? I think honestly, if you're a man looking for an unusual men's fragrance, you know, you could go for this even though it's women's. Fragrantica people thought so. So yeah, thank you for joining me in this little memory lane experience. Yeah, thanks a lot. It was a memory lane for me.